Welcome back to the Oi Rio Pro. Great scenes there. Jesse Mendes, rookie on tour this year. He's been at it for a long time, up against Jeremy Flores. Brad Bicknell here alongside former big wave world champion Peter Mill. Peter, it's great to come to work on a day like this when the waves are pumping.
Yeah, that's right. Don't need much coffee, do you? You know that it's going to be pumping.
Jeremy Flores up against Jesse Mendes. Mendes finding the first little tube ride of this heat. Flores on the outside there with priority. A great scene there from Jesse, a really hard worker. Came close to qualifying in for the 2017 World Championship Tour. Felt agonizingly short, but then made no mistake last year on the qualifying series.
If you are to set a goal for the qualifying series, you can look at how much points you need to accumulate in a season. You have 5 events that are going to be counting towards your points. And with that, you want to amass about 20,000 points. As we watch the replay here, inside quick wave for Jesse Mendes, and again, strategy here, get that quick start, takes a smaller wave because we have a lot of closeouts. So you have to pick these waves perfectly. You're going to have some open face. Those bigger closeout waves not going to give you a great scoring opportunity. So he goes on this inside one just to get some early momentum. Great strategy there from Jesse Mendes, and like I said, he had gotten about 18,000 points, close to it right there by just after the halfway mark.
Could have been a really good one, but I just didn't want to get too greedy and get stuck in the backwash, so I kind of just wanted to get a score on the board and then kind of control the hit, and that's what I did. And Pat broke the board. I had priority again, and then it kind of went flat, so yeah, it went my way.
We'll come back to those thoughts on that low tide. Let's have a look at this one, Pete.
Yeah, here it is. So it's going to shut down. He knows that, and look at that. They almost carves off the top of the lip, trying to be very, very quick through that transition to get out in front of the closeout section, because if you ride with that lip line, if you don't have a ton of speed, which he didn't at that point, you're going to fall down with the explosion. Closeouts today. And so wave selection will be so key today. If you can find those gems, you're going to make your heats.
Here we go. This is Jeremy Flores picking up a nice inside corner here. It's a fast little frothy section, and unfortunately, as Pete Mel was just alluding to there, just unable to find that exit. We see a wave rifling off on the sandbank behind him.
Every heat has been pretty much low scores. We haven't even in the good range. Everything's been fair, which means that it's going to be below a 6. Expect a lot of good waves. You see this one here, the stalling technique from Jeremy Flores, and again, the wave shuts down. It is a really challenging lineup. You feel like you need to catch waves, so you're going to go out there. As you can see the scoring scale there. No 6s that are above, I don't think, this morning, as I recall. And I think a lot of it comes down to the decision of the wave. I think that backsiders are going to choose a little different wave than forehanders would.
Well, this is Jesse Mendes on his backside, open up with 2 vicious backside turns that we've come to know and love from Jesse Mendes. There's a third. He's winding up on the inside. He's got a nice little corner.
You can take a wave that has kind of a closeout look to it and able to escape out the side there. Jeremy probably getting just ever so slightly greedy, trying to stay in that barrel a little bit longer. And with that, he ended up taking the lip in the head. But then, again, look at the tapered shoulder here. So he goes to maneuvers. He knew this wave wasn't really going to be a barrel, so he wanted to just go to those maneuvers, and he does. He, rattles off, a third snap there, trying to showcase some variety on the backhand. There's that 4th move.
On him, looking for the barrel. On his front side, of course, he pulled into this little backdoor section, finds the exit, and gets catapulted out of that white water. So, well, at least we've seen the heat come alive, Pete.
Yeah, we have, and I'll tell you, this is very similar to what I was going to mention about choosing of the wave.
Jesse Mendes now up and riding, one of the last remaining 11 in the event. And he's just trying to capitalize on his lead that he's got over Jeremy Flores. The 2.33 is what he needs to get rid of. And with 7 minutes remaining, a smaller inside wave there. While we were away, I feel like we may have missed something very special. Pete Mel, this looks like a wave. It could be Hossigal.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I mean, he has been training there. Very deep section. Look at this.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
He knew he was coming out of that one. This one looking more into it. Look at how intense that wave is. That's the kind of thing that judges want to see, is the intensity and the backdooring from the section and driving through it. It's exactly what the head judge had mentioned again this morning. So this is going to be a great number. Looking at a 7.57 in order to turn himself into the #1 position in this heat with 4 minutes to go.
1 minute 30 seconds remaining. Flores leads, Mendes second, looking for a 3.40. He has priority. He's going to go to turns on this one. Squares up off the bottom. Nice hooker up the top. Gets a little stuck. 3-4 floater. Tail down first. He's looking up at the judge. On out the back. Flores drops in straight into the tube. Drags it on. Second section now. And he comes out as well. So Flores looking to drop a 1.73. This is where it gets interesting, Pete.
A little bit too antsy, pulled the trigger too early. Sure enough, Jeremy Flores on the next wave. You know, if Jesse's on this wave, he gets barreled across that section. And I've been a pretty tough wave to make on the backhand, I must say that. But you know what? Jeremy Flores is going to move into round 3.
Yeah, and Jesse watched that all go down. This was a wave that Jesse Mendes could have been on, but it's all about that decision-making process under pressure with priority now. 20 seconds remaining. Scores dropping in from Mendes. Flores waiting for those scores to be read out by the beach announcer. 2 judges have already popped the scores in, and it's right about where Pete Mel suggested they might come in. So it looks like Mendes will be knocked out of this heat. We're waiting on one more score to make it official. There it is, a 5.33. Flores wins the heat. Dramatic fashion right at the end there. Some masterful tube riding from the Frenchman. And Jesse Mendes, unfortunately, will be bowing out of this event at this second round stage.